Waverly, Iowa in Vermeer County was incorporated in 1859, just 2 years before the American Civil War began. This small town of about 10,000 people is home to a beautiful community where local families enjoy a high quality of the well-known and cherished Iowa lifestyle, while also providing a college town atmosphere for its visitors and residents alike. Located on the outskirts of Waverly sits what was once known as a home to many people over the last century, and even to this day. It was a place where individuals found families, families found neighbors, people found love, but most of all, they found a beautiful purpose. From the Civil War era to the Great Depression and beyond, this location rehabilitated individuals and families to the best of their abilities with the limited resources provided. Though for the most part bringing forth success, they still experience their own share of tragedy. You are about to witness exclusive investigative footage of the Poor Farm, including interviews from Ann Harms, the owner of this location, and Jim Beck, lead investigator and founder of the Iowa Paranormal Investigation Society. Here is what Jones Paranormal Research has documented on November 2nd, 2019.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm Jonah.
Yep, I figured so.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is your whole base. Look, I even put a flower on the table for you.
Thank you. All right, guys. Go ahead and start unloading. Want to pick a spot and go do an interview?
I don't care, sure.
Okay. I'm serious. You guys are not allowed to know information. Some of the things that I've read that this isn't the original building.
That is correct. Actually, here in the grass area, just on the south side of this building, there was an original wooden structure built back in the 1800s.
And this one was built in 51, correct?
Started, and then they opened it up in 53.
53, okay.
Yeah.
So in 1953, was it still a poor farm, or was it then like a care facility?
I'm not sure when they actually changed that name.
Because it was the original Larrabee Center at one point, right?
That was its last name when it was privately owned.
Okay.
Prior to that, it was the Bremer County Home. Every county in Iowa had a poor farm at one time.
What was the difference between the building that was over here and this one?
Determined it was a fire trap. It was a full wooden structure. Wasn't safe enough.
And it was considerably smaller too, wasn't it?
It was.
How did you acquire it?
I was at 2005, got announced that the county was planning to demolish everything out here. So I approached him about possibly selling the building site. Finally, he came up with the plan of creating a nonprofit organization, the Poor Farm Foundation. I just hated to see all the history disappear. My grandparents ran it for 22 years in the early 1900s, and aunt and uncle ran it for, it was 37 more years after that. And actually, my parents ran the Tama County Home back in, well, it was mid-50s to 64.
So the whole poor farm thing runs in your family?
Yeah, I guess.
This is the one that I was telling you about, where usually if you just walk by here, you can feel it. You literally feel like somebody's standing in this doorway watching you walk by.
So this room is one of the rooms that you've had experiences with then?
Not personally, but I've been here a night when somebody else did.
And you, Jim?
Yeah, I've had a couple of experiences in this room. Like I said before, the first time we ever come out here walking through, with her doing the tour of the place, walk by this room and you literally felt like somebody was standing in the doorway just glaring at you when you walk by. You could feel it.
This trend with most poor farms is they turn from poor farms to mental institutions, and then they would also bring in, you got families who are trying to survive, you have mental patients that are needing care and assistance, and then you have addicts too, all in the same facility.
Right.
And it became difficult for all three types of people to coexist, plus the staff try to handle different situations. Was that the case here at all?
Yeah, some of the history that I have read, it talks about, different assigned wards. So, based on your category that you were under, if you were in the insane asylum, that was a separate ward, probably under lock and key.
In this facility?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, more so in the wooden structure. I do know when the building was initially built, they did have 2 jail cells here in the downstairs.
Really?
But those were eventually removed. I know my dad talked about seeing his father roll down the stair steps trying to get somebody under control. So I suppose if that happened here in the beginning, they could put him into one of the jail cells.
And they they would do that here.
Yeah, until they made a decision as to whether they were going to settle down and could come back out or if they needed to be moved to a different location. I think the most residents that were ever in this building were 56.
This is the room, right here.
What did you do, girl? What did you do, girl? What did you do, girl?
This is the room that used to be the jail. This was the cell right here. After a while, this pretty much got turned into like a hair salon for the residents that lived out here. You can see where they got filled in, where the bars were at. Right here. And there's still a piece of one sticking out up here.
It was my understanding that there were some other houses on the property.
Yeah, there was a total of 5. There's one still out back. We actually rent that out.
Mm-hmm.
The purpose of the cabins were for families that couldn't financially make it on their own.
Specifically during the Great Depression, is when they were.
Yeah, that's part of it. Well, they were built in the 30s, so yeah, that would coincide with that. So if someone was mentally, physically, or financially unable to care for themselves, that's how they would end up in this environment.
There was talk of a cemetery. Does it exist?
Well, it was like a pioneer cemetery. It's in the northeast corner of this property, but it's actually being farmed. There's no markers or anything left out there.
I didn't think so.
I've heard that if there were bodies there, they've been moved. Some people say that never happened.
Some people say that
I
cemetery
don't know.
didn't exist. And,
Here's your boiler room. Very, 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 very ominous in here when you're down here in pitch black.
any experiences in here?
I have gotten scratched.
You've been scratched.
I've been scratched on the ankle one night when we were down here. And actually, this is about the spot I was standing in too. And if I remember right, Ann told me that this name is the guy that actually ran the boiler room. She said he passed away down here. And then this room, this is the cool room. But yeah, we've got some pretty good K2 activity down here. A little bit of spirit box.
So what was the atmosphere of the place?
Actually, everybody out here, I think, enjoyed it for the most part. A lot of people didn't have immediate family that would care for them. The people that were here actually became like family. You know, a lot of the residents helped with things like with the laundry and the meals, baking, gardening, the farm ground, in addition to hogs and cattle. And so it just gave them a lot of sense of purpose and a reason to get up in the morning.
But there was also tragedies that did happen here.
Correct. The gal was upset her husband had been gone for several months working with the Job Corps. She was also upset with one of her neighbors in a neighboring cabin. And he was actually en route coming home, stopped in Waterloo to visit with his mother. And then that's the night that happened. So she shot all 4 of her children. 2 of them survived. The youngest 2 did not survive. And then she went to the neighboring cabin and shot a bunch of holes in the walls, but none of them were actually hit. My dad was 9 years old when that happened and was living here. His folks were running it at that time. And Grandpa, this is what Dad always said, Grandpa hollered out of the apartment window. And so then she came to what they called the big house. He actually got up on the kitchen counter and she tried the door. It was locked. So he reached over and he hit the unlock button. And when she heard that, she blasted a shot through the door and then came in, and he had to restrain her. And Dad said in the next morning when he came down for breakfast, her arms were tied to a chair and her legs were tied. She was actually foaming at the mouth. I think she had just, been breathing heavily ever since she had been tied down. So that was always an image in my dad's mind that never left.
Where exactly did that happen?
Well, it would have been in one of the cabins. So there was 5 of them in line. So
They were all like in a row.
yeah,
Okay.
they ran along the tree line here. I'm not sure that this building might kind of overlap where they actually sat. One of the books, it shows exactly where they were at and which one the incident occurred in.
And how many times have you investigated here?
At least 6. Hell, my kid got her senior pictures taken out here.
And how many teams have been here?
Just like 6 at least, probably. Not a huge amount, but
So that room you already showed me, that's one of your favorite rooms then? The one up on the top 4?
Yeah, we were sitting in there. It was me, Star, Brian, and we heard footsteps walking down the hallway towards us, and it sounded like they stopped right in front of that room. Star ended up sneezing or something. We got an EVP on video. People will go giggling shortly after Star sneezed.
There were suicides.
Yes, yeah, I think some of them occurred in the barn. In the book, a gal had tied some sheets together and dropped herself out of the window.
In this building?
Yeah, but she actually was saved. They got her pulled back in, and
Do you know roughly how many?
a lot of the records
Are
conveniently
unclear.
have disappeared, so. Probably the craziest experience I had, especially when we first took over the building. I was out here alone a lot by myself, and sometimes I'd be cleaning and I would swear that I had left my broom or something, in a certain spot, and it would be moved. I actually had a medium come out here. She was, at that time, she said she thinks there's 4 resident ghosts that just stay here, but they're here because this is their home and they
It's
don't want to
peaceful.
leave, and they kind of look at their position as being caretakers and overseers of the building. Like when I first was coming out here quite a lot, painting and different things, there was a 9-year-old girl that stayed in the apartment with her dad, and it was kind of crazy because I had said to some people that on that top floor, I always kind of felt like when I was working on projects that somebody was standing beside me watching. First of all, they were excited that they had company and they were curious to see, what are you working on today? And one day I was down here painting, and this 9-year-old girl joined me and was helping me paint. And I said to her, I go, are you scared out here? Are you okay? Coming on weekends and stuff. And she says, I don't mind the apartment. She goes, but I don't like going upstairs. She goes, I don't want to go upstairs after dark. She goes, I always feel like somebody's standing beside me. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, that's exactly how I always felt up there. I didn't let on to that at all with
So
her.
what do you think is up there?
Well, I think it's probably just the residents. Yeah, I think they're caregivers, and they love visitors. And
You sense that feeling of being
Yeah.
welcomed, and
Yeah.
but you've never had a very distinct experience where you've seen something or heard anything.
no, not myself. There is some folks that spent a night here on a Halloween night a couple years back, and he was asking by name for one of the 4 to appear, and he swears that it said, what do you want? Because the 4 of them just bolted downstairs here. They're like, yeah, we're not going up to that top floor anymore. Well, and actually the medium, when she was here, I asked her if the residents had any information about, there was one time that this place was vandalized, and she made the comment that they got some stuff done, and then we got them, and then they got the heck out of here. So we got rid of them. We were out here with the medium. She said if something was in this end and it came to that doorway, because my mom kind of had her back to that hallway doorway, and this gal turned and she's like, oh, he's big. She's like, he's like filling the doorway.
That's the feeling you get.
Yeah.
Like a big old angry farm boy,
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine and a couple other friends up here. Brought my buddy out here for his bachelor party. We were sitting here, and the people that were living here at the time were having a bonfire out here. So I'm just kind of sitting here like this, looking at him out the window, and I go to turn around. I get right here, and about right in this area, there's a little girl standing there in a white dress. Plain as day, just like I'm looking at you. And I look, and I kind of blink and look away and look back, and she's still standing there, and all of a sudden she just fades out.
What kind of haunting do you think is going on here?
I think there's a lot of residual here, just from all the energy and all the stuff that happened. But I think there's a little bit of intelligent too, because you'll ask questions and you'll get answers. You'll get equipment to go off when you ask whatever's out here to make it go off. But yeah, tonight, just sit up here and be quiet. Listen to all the noises.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
It's a fun place.
Your intentions now are very, very pure. Obviously, the way the condition of the building is beautiful. What are your intentions and your hopes for the place?
You haven't been into the upstairs rooms yet, but a lot of them are set up with history from different communities that are in the county. We just got a huge amount of donations into the Waverly room. The Plainfield room looks really good. The Frederica room's got a lot of things in it. A few other ones that are building slowly but surely. Basically more museum type setting in the upstairs floors.
Want to head back upstairs?
Yeah, we can do that.
The last time I was out here, this was empty. This building was pretty much empty.
Do you have something happening to you in here?
No, it's just, I don't like the feeling that's in here now. Like I said, it's heavy in here. I mean, you'll get some equipment to go off, like K2s and stuff like that, but a lot of it's audio. Pay attention to your feelings, how you're feeling going from room to room.
I do at this point feel kind of followed.
Yeah, you'll get that every once in a while out here. Sometimes you feel like you're chasing something, and sometimes you feel like something's chasing you. You'll get a lot where you'll walk by a room and you'll feel like you're being watched from inside the room.
I always said if I could take the movie of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and The Shining and throw them in a blender and mix them up, I think that's the movie we could come up with for this place. It's a beautiful, creepy place.
So this door right here is locked, and that's where the person lives, the apartment.
Correct.
You can see it's locked. We don't have access. Well, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm excited, looking forward to it.
Good luck, have fun.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Get home.
Have fun.
Thank you, Jim.
See you guys later.
Yep.
What up, what up, what up?
What's up? How we feeling?
Very good.
How you feeling?
There's one creepy room.
Guys, excited?
Yeah.
Right on. Malachi and Justin are gonna go try and find a cemetery, supposedly that's out here. And Jeff, Ashley, and Ashton ran back into town. So this cemetery, I don't know what that is, but the cemetery is unmarked over here.
In the cornfield?
Yeah. On another one. I think I see it from here actually. Yeah, right here. You have some rocks. We have another rock here. As you can see there's two empty spots in the cornfield that we're currently standing in. And right here you can tell, I mean there's leftover remnants from them doing harvesting, but you go right here and you can see where the planting begins. Right there. And then all this is not planted on. So I think this might actually be where the cemetery was. Is there anybody out here that would like to speak to us? Is this where you're buried? Do you have anything you would like to tell us, to say to us? It's cold out here. I'm gonna use a new app called Dead Wave. Are you buried under where we're standing right now?
6.
6? Is there 6 people buried under us right where we're standing? Yes, there's people buried here. Yes, again. Yeah, how many people are buried here?
Doubt.
6? Does it put you at a state of unrest having unmarked graves? Yes. Does it bother you that tractors drive over your bodies? Yes. Wow. Are you stuck out here? No? I'm just trying to figure out how I can help you. How we can help you.
Just
Are you comfortable talking to us? Does it make you feel better that we're just out here talking to you? No?
job.
Well, it's not really my job. It's something that I like to do. I definitely don't get paid to do this. It's something that we pursue as a passion. Did it say why? The reason we do this is so we can communicate with you, so we can help you and also help us understand what it's like to be on the other side.
Do it. Nah.
Can you help my child? Did you hear that?
whisper.
Yeah, there's a whisper. There it is again.
We choose to do this so we can learn about you as a spirit. We can understand what you are. I don't know, man, because we all die, and I'm trying to figure out what it's going to be like when I die. That's my reason. Okay, to the lady that said, "Can you please help my child?" What can I do to help your child? Again, we're using the Dead Wave. It's a new app. So far, it's proven to be a good one too. Ma'am, where can you gotta help me out here? Where is your child? How can I help your child? Take me home. Is your child the little girl that I heard over there? Yeah. Oh my God, dude. I did too. That just hit me. I was like, so is she at the building? Farm. I heard farm. Poor farm, is that what you mean? Yeah, I got major chills, dude. Major chills, dude. That was nuts. that was amazing. Sorry. Yeah, we'll breathe. It's a little exciting for us to do this and to hear your voice. And it's an honor to do this.
Can you tell us what your daughter's name was? Or your child?
That was something. I don't know what she said. Huh?
Did I hear Rose?
Rose? Rose?
That's very quick.
So her name is Rose? Rose. Don't leave me, I need help. Did you hear that? How we can help you? What can we do? Rose. Is she hurt? Is Rose hurt? Yes. You'll see. I heard you'll see. Was Rose hurt? Is Rose stuck somewhere? In something. Did Rose die here? Thank you, Jonah. Let's hit this spot over here. Are there people buried right here? Yeah. Back inside because it's very cold outside. Here's another stone. Are these stones your grave markers? The recorder's outside because I heard a little girl. I can't even turn them on or activate them.
Battery's out.
We all heard it beep. Okay, let's take all the batteries out. Put them back in.
Jesus. It's like the whole board's out. What?
And he literally took all.
I took all the batteries out.
Stations start going that way.
Yeah, let's go this way.
Is there anybody in here? Any nurses that would like to speak with us?
This one makes me feel uneasy.
was charging the whole time you were in the car and it's dead.
Can you make a noise for us? Did you guys just slam something? Did you guys hear that? That sounded like doors.
No.
Negative.
Did you guys hear that?
Negative. We haven't heard anything at all.
No, was mine? Huh? Was it yours? No, it wasn't.
It was literally right there.
That was not my stomach.
It's not mine. It was literally right here.
That was not my stomach.
We not want to harm you. We just want to talk. Hear your story. I'm not sure if that was like one of our stomachs or something.
Yeah, I heard that too. It's like a female.
That's what it kind of sounded like, yeah. Did we just hear you? If so, come please talk to us.
How was my stomach?
I could tell that was a stomach.
Yeah, the one before that was
No.
like a higher pitch. And that was my stomach.
Can you please make a noise for us again? What was that? That was loud. Is that up here?
I think so. I don't know where though. Like, I think probably maybe.
Guys, just move anything again.
Negative.
Yeah, that was the chair. You moving the chair back.
Move, nothing, no door open, shut.
Jeff said you might have heard the chair move a little bit, but
Sit down. Will you please come sit by us and talk to us?
Jesus Christ.
I swear I just heard footsteps. I'm gonna ask again just so we can try and find you. Can you please make another noise?
is there anybody here? Say Justin.
That's what I thought I heard. Did you say Justin? Yep.
Yes. Jeff.
Can you tell me your name?
Ed.
Hi, Ed. Are you the mother from outside?
It said yeah.
Rose. That's what it said outside.
Yeah. Are you the woman from outside? Please tell us yes or no. We want to help you.
I'm getting my camera just shut off. This is twice now in this hall. That was my stomach. Jeff, Malachi, and Ashton are downstairs on the second floor. Ashley, myself, and Justin on the third floor.
Guys, there's just an orb right by Jeff.
When I was to see that.
Can you hear Ed?
I heard Ed again, yeah.
Let's go. And we're going back to base.
How do I turn this off? The battery's dead.
Yeah. We got it.
The battery's dead.
What?
The battery's dead.
I can't even turn them on or activate them.
Battery's out.
We all just heard it beep.
Weren't you on the earth? Were you scared?
No.
Yeah.
I'll do it. You did for what? The party.
Weird.
No.
Yeah.
I'll do it. You did for what?
What the?
Mine just shut off.
I heard a thump. I just every direction I look, I just feel
Uncomfortable.
yeah. Look. Here it goes. Switch the battery.
This sounds really creepy. But think about it. The mother and the little girl.
Hey, we're going back to base.
Is everything okay?
Little girl.
Yes.
Alright, just making sure everything's good.
What the?
Those were not set. Those alarms were not.
You had them off.
I couldn't even set them.
Others can too. Camera turned off again.
What?
Yeah.
Why is it doing that?
Jonah's camera turned off again.
The only way is I can turn it back on. Connect the battery. Okay.
Yes.
Are you guys banging on stuff?
Negative?
It was down that way.
guys stay here. Okay. Straight walking on these tiles.
Just confirming again, you made no noise?
No noise.
Okay, I want to try something out. I want to switch floors. So you guys come up here and we're going to go downstairs to where you guys are.
We're still in the base.
Alright, we'll come down. Hang on.
Alright, so let's sit.
Jim?
Do you want to talk to us? Yes?
How many people are up here right now?
2.
Dude, only this side of my body is really cold. This side.
The left side?
Right here. And it's only on my leg, it's not on my arm.
Do you need help?
We hear you. We need to know how to help you. Who is the female talking to us? Is that you, Rose?
Yes. Are you making it cold up here?
No.
No.
Is Rose?
Is Rose up here?
Yes.
That's what it sounded like. Yep.
Can you let us know that you're here?
Knock on a door, knock on a wall, knock on the floor for us.
Did you hear that? There was a noise from that way.
Can you do it again? Louder this time? Can you knock on a door, stomp on the floor? The was that? I just asked it to make a noise and we heard a knock. It kind of vibrated the floor. Are you hiding up here? Yes?
Who wrote Beware of Ghost?
Me?
You did that? Are you scared of it?
We're gonna go back downstairs.
Need help. That whisper just said need help.
We will be back to help you. You guys following me?
Yeah.
Stay upstairs then, Jeff.
Okay, follow us downstairs. It's okay.
Those are brand new batteries. It's like not even registering. Like there's batteries in it. That's exactly what that was. I just saw a ball of light in the hallway. Something just walked in front of that red light. So usually it shows a little battery bar up here. I'm gonna go downstairs and test these batteries.
I'm starting to get really uncomfortable here.
Why?
I don't know.
What are you feeling?
It's like uncomfortable. I don't want to be up here.
Any particular area?
Just all over. More in this hall than anywhere else. I just feel like we're being followed.
Yeah, that's so funny you said that.
Ever since we walked in here, I felt like we were being followed like across the room.
I do at this point feel kind of followed.
Yeah, you'll get that every once in a while out of it.
Ah. Ow, ow, I feel like I'm being pinched. Oh. Ouch. What is that? Is it? Dude, it's burning. Let's go. Let's go.
It's like there's a light scratch over here.
Yeah.
Alright, they're all done.
Yeah, me too. This battery's in. There should be a little, would be like up here, battery thing. So I'm gonna test these.
There's motion on the cable.
Yeah. This one.
Can't see the screen.
That's 2, good. 3, good. All 3 of those batteries are good. There's nothing wrong with the spirit box. Just use it tonight.
Is there anybody out here that would like to speak to us?
Nothing.
No. Did you hear something?
I hear footsteps.
Yeah, so did I.
I heard that. Is there a little girl named Rose here? And does she need help? No? Are there other people that need help? Good. Who's
Is
that?
that somebody's stomach?
No. That was one of you guys?
I heard that, but
Did you guys hear that?
I heard it. Someone should go put one of the recorders back over there. Who killed Rose? Who killed Rose? I killed that. What does it mean that Rose is stuck?
It's a nice song.
I've never heard that before. It's too cold in here.
25 minutes. This is from recording downstairs from the Rock Records.
Did you hear that?
yeah, I did. It's like a chair move.
That was
No, that was like a chair.
So you got a flashlight?
Sure.
That had to have been right above us. Look. This chair's up.
What was that?
Something just moved in it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Someone should go back downstairs. Alright, you guys. Go ahead and slide that same chair that's been pulled out. I would say
Pretty close.
that is pretty close. That's about 90% close to what we heard. Dude, I am seeing all kinds of movement, shadows and shit in there.
Is when you asked that first time, there was a good sized something in that doorway.
Like the one in front of us or the one over there?
The one right in front of us. I can't see the other one.
See, I walked up to it first and I thought I saw someone walk towards me, and then it disappeared, and then I started seeing movement in the back there, but now it's just pitch black over there. I can't even see any light. There was some light coming from over there, and now it's gone. Like that whole room is dark. Hello? Where was that? Assuming yours should really feel different in here.
It does. It's just like standing here with my eyes will not like. I can't focus. My eyes are just like going crazy.
Well, I feel like we're blocked in here.
Look at the black wall.
Huh?
Like a black wall.
Yeah. Exactly like a black wall. Like there, it looks like there's a door shut right there.
It does. And I can barely see where the doorway is, but besides that, it's like a black door that's been shut. I don't know if it's my eyes or what, like on this right side, like something keeps like
Moving.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like a black mass, like a ball.
Got dark again.
What was that?
What was that?
And we heard footsteps walking down the hallway towards us.
I have to say I noticed like on this floor and on the lower floor that side of the building just feels a whole lot stronger and heavier. Once you pass this threshold right here, it's just like something completely different. What?
It literally just shut off.
That was quick.
What?
It literally just shut off.
That was quick.
What?
Did you just shut that off?
Lived up to the typical poor farm haunting that Jones Paranormal Research has experienced many times in the past. This location is filled with paranormal activity, from disembodied voices and footsteps to doors being slammed and intelligent EVP and ITC responses. The poor farm exceeded the team's expectations. They hope to return to the poor farm soon for further investigation. Thank you for watching another JPR experience. See you again soon.